Part 62. From the City to the Strongest in the Universe. Author, G. Difeng Ren. Chapter 611. The figures of the gods of the alien races moved quickly, especially those who had accidentally discovered the purple spar before, and now they quickly flew towards that place. For a time, countless foreigners were cursing the human race in their hearts. Anyone who exchanged 8 of the 10 treasures in advance would also be scolded by everyone. However, the human race didn't care at all about the insults from the alien races. At this time, many gods appeared in the alliance of human gods space, with smiles on their faces. Haha, the demon clan got a holy weapon in the ruins world of the sacred artifact section. They have been bragging that they are ahead of us humans, but we humans don't know that we have obtained 8 medium-sized sacred weapons. A mid-level holy weapon is at least equivalent to dozens of ordinary holy weapons. The face of the demon clan must be ugly. Now, many of the gods of our human race have completely occupied the location of the purple spar. The remaining 2 medium-sized sacred artifacts must also belong to our human race. Other ethnic groups are bound to make useless efforts. One by one, the human gods were talking happily. Before, only the Sword Emperor and a few people knew the specific situation of the purple spar, but as the old man Dao Yan announced the start of the second stage, many gods in the human race also knew the situation of the medium-sized sacred artifact. Although they didn't get the medium holy weapon, they helped occupy the area where the purple spar was located, which has a lot of contribution points. Moreover, there are still 2 medium-sized holy weapons that have not been redeemed at this time. This is not because the purple crystal stones that the human race is looking for are not enough, but because the speed of the Sword Emperor and others is much slower. After all, it takes a strong person to collect purple crystals one by one, and collect 1,000 of them to exchange for a medium-sized holy weapon. In the past, Li Yang kept going to one place with a map, and got 6 medium-sized sacred artifacts in more than half a year. The Sword Emperor and others were in the same situation as him. Many places where purple crystals exist have been occupied by the human race. All they have to do now is wait for the Sword Emperor and others to collect them one by one. If you save 1,000 purple crystals, you can exchange them for a medium-sized holy weapon. Sword Emperor, did you discover what's special about the purple crystal? Did you also discover the map of the purple crystal and the white crystal? Amazing, such a great opportunity, our human race has gained so much this time, your contribution must be amazing. This is a mid-level sacred weapon. Many gods asked the Sword Emperor and others. A medium sacred weapon is equivalent to dozens of ordinary sacred weapons, and an ordinary sacred weapon is equivalent to at least dozens, or even 100, top-level sacred weapons. Based on this calculation, this time the human race has obtained so many medium-level holy weapons. How much should their reward be? Intermediate holy weapons are at least corresponding to the Emperor level. For the Emperor, his contribution is nothing, but for gods like them, it must be unimaginable. Hearing everyone's inquiries, the Sword Emperor shook his head and said, I didn't discover it. When he went to exchange for medium-sized holy weapons before, there were only 5 pieces left. Among the 10 medium-sized sacred artifacts, 5 had disappeared before him. Obviously, these must have been redeemed by a certain human god who first discovered the specialness of the purple crystal and discovered the map. Who discovered it? The Sword Emperor was also very confused at this time. The person who discovered the map was so well hidden that no trace was revealed, making it impossible for anyone to guess his identity. Aren't you the Sword Emperor? Who is that? Seeing the Sword Emperor shaking his head, many human gods were confused. In their opinion, the strongest human being who entered the sacred artifact sex ruins was the Sword Emperor. If they discovered anything special, it should have been discovered by the Sword Emperor. But now that the Sword Emperor has denied it, who discovered it? At Alliance 1, Li Yang and his friend Kuei Yan were also listening to the discussions around them. Kuei Yan sighed, Limu, I don't know which god of our human race discovered the specialness of the purple spar. He contributed the map, and the points he contributed must be extremely amazing. Kuei Yan's eyes were full of envy. He looked at Li Yang and said, Limu, you are also in the ruins world of the sacred artifact sect, and you also helped occupy the area where the purple crystal is located, right? Li Yang smiled and nodded, saying, yes. Hearing this, Kuei Yan said with envy again, I envy you so much. Alas, my strength is too weak, and I am too far away from the world of the sacred artifact sect's ruins. Otherwise, I will definitely enter the sacred artifact sect's ruins world. This anyone who helps occupy the area where the purple crystal is located will definitely be rewarded with generous contribution points. This time in the competition for medium-sized holy weapons, the human race is the big winner. I don't know how many human gods will benefit from it. Li Yang smiled and said nothing. Looking at everyone in the alliance, they were all targeting the Sword Emperor and others, and no one suspected him. Of course, this is exactly what Li Yang is looking forward to seeing. Call out. In the world of the sacred artifact sect's ruins, Li Yang's figure was traveling rapidly. The 6th medium-level holy weapon has been exchanged. It is impossible for me to get the 7th one. Next, I will help occupy a purple crystal area. At this time, Li Yang thought to himself, the Sword Emperor already has more than 600 purple crystals in his hands, and there are still more than 300 more to collect. With the official start of the 2nd stage, the Sword Emperor and others no longer hide the purple crystals on their bodies. Li Yang flew towards one place. When he came to a place, Li Yang showed a slight look of surprise on his face. But his face instantly returned to calm. He came to a place, and the domain emanated, covering this area. Boom! Within a dozen seconds, a violent and bloody aura suddenly came, and then a figure came here. This is a monster with an extremely ferocious appearance. Its height is several thousand meters. Its 6 feet are completely like knives. It also carries a huge sword behind it. The whole person gives others a huge pressure. It is the Blood Emperor of the Demon Clan. At this time, the Blood Emperor of the Demon Clan stared at Li Yang, his face full of gloom. Human Lemu, he stared at Li Yang, his eyes did not hide the murderous intent at all. At this time, Li Yang's face was calm, and he smiled and said, the Blood Emperor of the Demon Clan, what a coincidence. He knew the location of the white crystal and the purple crystal, but he didn't know the location of other gods in this world of the holy artifact sect ruins. He didn't expect to meet the Blood Emperor of the Demon Clan by chance here. Humph. Looking at Li Yang, the Demon Blood Emperor sneered and said, Human Lemu, you should be thankful to meet me here. If you were anywhere else, today would be the day you would die. He was filled with murderous intent towards Li Yang. Adding to the frustration and anger of the human race exchanging 8 medium-level holy artifacts in advance, he couldn't help but want to take action the moment he saw Li Yang. From the city to the strongest in the universe. Author, G. Difeng Ren. Chapter 612. Before entering the world of the sacred artifact sect's ruins, Li Yang actually killed their demon clan's 5-element god Longjia in front of their demon clan's camp. In front of him, the invincible demon clan's Blood Emperor in the realm of gods. It was simply a slap in the face of their demon race. He had murderous intentions towards Li Yang, but he didn't take action because of the human Sword Emperor. Searched Khan on Google. And now he met Li Yang alone. However, he could only endure it and could not take action. It is forbidden to take action in the ruins space. If he takes action, he will be moved out immediately. You want me to fall? Hearing the Blood Emperor's words, Li Yang laughed and said, Monster Blood Emperor, who do you think you are? You dare to say that you want me to fall? Although he was laughing, his voice was full of sarcasm. Even if his strength is not as good as the Demon Clan Blood Emperor, with the space tower around, the demon clan blood emperor can't hurt him at all. Human Lemur, you are looking for death. After Li Yang finished speaking, the blood king of the demon clan suddenly said angrily. He stared at Li Yang, as if he was on the verge of taking action. How does he exist? Having been on the killing battlefield for hundreds of millions of years, every other god who met him was either extremely respectful or ran away in panic, but Limu, who had only been around for more than 10 years, actually talked to him like this. Boom! The aura fluctuations on the demon blood emperor's body were even faintly emitted. But as soon as it was released, the demon clan blood king felt a sudden pressure coming on his body. He was startled and stopped quickly. He felt that if he released a little momentum fluctuation, he would be moved directly away. Seeing the demon race blood emperor stop for an instant, Li Yang understood that he was being suppressed. After understanding the situation, Li Yang smiled and said, Monster Clan Blood Emperor, take action? Why don't you take action? There was a pleasant smile on his face. If you don't dare to take action, then get away from me. When he said the last sentence, Li Yang suddenly shouted loudly. These words made the Blood Emperor of the Demon Clan's blood pressure almost rise again. Damn human Lemur, I swear, if I have the chance, I will make your life worse than death. The Demon Clan Blood Emperor stared at Li Yang and said angrily. How dare you, a boy who has only been famous in the killing fields for more than 10 years, be so presumptuous in front of me? Haha, the Blood King of the Demon Clan, who can't tell lies. Looking at the Blood Emperor of the Demon Clan, Li Yang laughed and said, I have only been famous for a few short years, and you have been famous for hundreds of millions of years. However, you have been famous for hundreds of millions of years, but you can't do anything to me, and you are still proud of it. Hearing this, the Demon Blood King said with a gloomy face, Human Lemur, just wait, you will have this opportunity. He didn't say anything more. He looked next to Li Yang, with another trace of unwillingness flashing in his eyes. There were dozens of purple crystals there, but at this time, the purple crystals were already covered by Li Yang's domain. If he snatched them away, it would be equivalent to attacking Li Yang. Feeling aggrieved in his heart, the Demon Blood Emperor could only forcefully endure the anger in his heart and turn around to leave. He is going to find other purple crystals. If he continued to stay here, he was afraid that he would really be tempted to take action against Li Yang. Watching the Demon Clan Blood Emperor leave, Li Yang showed a smile. Want to find other purple crystals? Wishful thinking. In the space, most of the purple crystal areas are currently occupied by strong human beings. Although there are still some unoccupied areas, it is impossible for any strong person to find all the remaining ones. Therefore, it is impossible for other ethnic groups to gain anything. Thinking in his mind, Li Yang secretly said, the Blood Emperor of the demon race is invincible in the realm of gods. It is rumored that he obtained another holy weapon before. I wonder what level it is. Is it an attack type? Although Li Yang is now unafraid to face the Demon Blood Emperor, as far as the Demon Blood Emperor is concerned, this is in the ruins world of the Sacred Artifact sect. If he were in the outside world, the first thing he would do when he met the Demon Blood King would be to run away. Just wait with peace of mind. As long as the space tower is here, the Demon Blood Emperor can't do anything to me. Just as Li Yang thought, the next search for purple crystals by those alien races was completely useless. Rightward arrow. Because when they go to a place, even if they find purple crystals, there are strong human beings guarding them there. As it is in one place, so it is in another. Damn it, humans definitely have a map of this purple spar. Everywhere where the purple spar is located, there are strong human beings guarding it. How on earth did they get it? The expressions of the alien gods were gloomy. The medium-sized holy weapons, if nothing unexpected happens this time, may even be redeemed by the human race. Time is passing quickly, and each day passes quickly. Just as they thought, 10 days later, the 9th medium-sized sacred weapon was exchanged. On the 15th day, the last medium-sized holy weapon was also exchanged. At this point, the second phase of treasure exchange is completely over. Damn humans! All 10 medium-sized sacred artifacts were exchanged by them, and none of them were left to us. Cunning humans! After the exchange was completed, many foreigners even cursed angrily. At the beginning of the second stage, in less than 15 days, the remaining 2 medium-sized sacred artifacts were exchanged. This can only be done by humans who know the function of purple crystals in advance and even know the map of purple crystals. Buzz. After the exchange was completed, the shadow of the old Mandaean appeared again on the huge palace in the void. The second phase of exchange is over. The old Mandaean looked at everyone. At this time, all the gods in the relic space, and even the major tribes, were looking at the old Mandaean. It's over again. The first stage lasted for more than 7 months, and the second stage ended in just 15 days. I don't know if there will be a third stage later. They didn't know about the second stage before, but now there might be a third stage later. However, the old Mandaean's next words dispelled their thoughts. The opening of the Holy Artifact Sect Relic World is completely over this time. The words of the old Mandaean rang in everyone's heart. Next time you open it, you need to use the key again. Key? The Relic World needs a key to open? What key is it? I don't know, but I guess the key should be obtained by a strong man of the human race, so they know the map of those purple crystals. No one is stupid. The old Mandaean's few words made many alien races guess almost exactly. Okay, now the space is closed, and the entire space will move everyone out, the old Mandaean said. Boom. After he finished speaking, the whole space was suddenly filled with a strange wave. Swish. 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 The people inside were constantly moved out. Is it over? Li Yang thought to himself when he heard the words of the old Mandaean in the underground. Thinking of his gains, Li Yang's face was full of smiles. Haha, this time is really a harvest. In just over half a year, he got a high-level holy weapon and 6 medium-level holy weapons. In addition, because of the map report, he will also have a large number of contribution points as a reward. It can be said that this time when the ruins of the Holy Artifact Sect are opened, he, Li Yang, is the biggest winner. Thinking about it? Swish. His figure also disappeared directly. When he appeared again, Li Yang appeared in a void. Huh. When he came here, Li Yang's face changed instantly. Thanks to Zero Eta for the 100 rewards, thank you. You are listening to Novels at Bless Up channel. Wish you happiness and luck. Please subscribe to receive new novels. How do you feel about this novel? Please like and leave a comment. From the City to the Strongest in the Universe. Author, G. Difeng Ren. Chapter 613. Brush. 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 Searched can on Google. In the void, figures continued to appear. The ruins world of the sacred artifact sect was like a folded space that unfolded after it was born. At this time, all the gods inside were moved outside the ruins world. Come out. The opportunity in the sacred artifact sect's ruins world is completely over. Oh, I can't bear to accept it. With such a great opportunity, we didn't get anything. I don't know how many strong men have a look of reluctance on their faces. The killing battlefield is the most suitable place for gods to hone their skills. Usually, the appearance of top-level artifacts will cause many gods to scramble for them. Any opportunity for a top-level artifact to appear is considered a relatively big opportunity. But this time, by chance, 100 top-level artifacts and even 10 mid-level artifacts appeared in the sacred artifact sect's ruins world. This can be said to be the most incredible opportunity that has ever appeared on the killing battlefield. If possible, it is estimated that even emperors and even masters will come here to fight for it. This opportunity came to them, but they did not get any benefit from it. Of course they were unwilling to do so. It was like a mountain of gold appeared in front of them. In the end, the gold mountain was mined, but they didn't get a single piece of gold rubble. Of course, they were unwilling to accept it. They should never encounter such an opportunity again in the future. Brush. In a place in the void, an extremely ferocious-looking monster suddenly appeared and was moved out. It's the Blood Emperor of the demon race. Stay away. This time all the 10 medium-level sacred weapons have been obtained by the human race. The demon race will probably be extremely angry. Seeing this monster, the expressions of many strong men around him suddenly changed and they quickly moved away. The Blood Emperor of the demon clan, an invincible and powerful person in the realm of gods, with a fierce reputation. But this time the demon clan did not get a medium-level sacred weapon. As the Blood Emperor of the demon clan who entered the ruined space of the sacred artifact sect, he would definitely be in a bad mood. If they were provoked and they were instantly killed by the demon race Blood King, it would be too unfair. As an invincible person in the realm of gods, unless his strength reaches the level of invincibility in the realm of gods like that of the Fire Skeleton clan soul, otherwise, he will basically be killed in front of such a powerful person. Just like before, the demon clan Longji, whose strength was several times stronger than the average 5-element gods, was killed immediately after Li Yang launched an invincible level attack at the god level, without any resistance. There are actually too few people at the level of Hunyi who are truly immune to instant kills. No one present reached it. Therefore, any one of them who offends the demon race Blood Emperor will be killed instantly. Of course they have to stay away. As everyone expected, the demon Blood Emperor's face was obviously gloomy. It's over. I thought that in the first stage, their demon clan had gained a lot, which was something they were very proud of. But I didn't expect that there would be a second stage, and the demon race didn't get any treasures in the second stage. Instead, the enemy human race got a lot of treasures. The treasures obtained by the demon race in the first stage were not as good as a fraction of those of the human race. This made him feel not excited at all, but instead felt aggrieved and unwilling. They were defeated so simply in the battle with the human race. Damn it, the demon Blood Emperor said with a gloomy face, which human race got the key? 10 medium-sized sacred artifacts are equivalent to hundreds of ordinary sacred artifacts. What an amazing harvest is this! The key lies in the key. If their demon clan gets the key, the harvest belongs to their demon clan. While the demon clan Blood King's face was gloomy, strong men kept appearing around him, apparently being moved out. In the entire world of ruins, all the powerful people were moved, completely at random. Not far from the demon Blood Emperor, a figure suddenly appeared. This was a human with a young face. The demon Blood Emperor's face was extremely gloomy, and his expression was terrifyingly ugly. But when he saw this human being who had been moved out, he was stunned for a moment, and then he instantly showed an extremely violent aura. Boom! The demon Blood Emperor also suddenly released extremely violent fluctuations, sweeping towards the human youth. Human Reimu! A sound like thunder echoed through the void. A huge sword light suddenly struck out, covering the sky and the sun. The entire sword light was burning with blazing flames, and it just slashed towards the human youth. Crack! The entire void could not withstand the fluctuations of the sword light, and a huge crack appeared. Within the crack, countless destructive airflows poured down like waterfalls, showing the power of this attack. Some of the gods who are nearby and weaker are unable to withstand the remaining fluctuations. Puff! Big mouthfuls of blood spurted out from their mouths, and their eyes showed a look of extreme horror. Why is the Blood Emperor of the demon clan so crazy? Why did he suddenly take action? They were very wary of the demon Blood Emperor and were already moving away from him. However, the Blood Emperor of the demon race suddenly struck without any warning, and his attack covered a large area, which affected several gods who were not far away. and just by the impact, they were already injured. Is this the strength of an invincible low-level powerhouse in the realm of gods? No wonder the average 5-element gods are instantly killed in front of the invincible king of the realm of gods. Quick, run away. The human lemur has appeared. His appearance made the demon race Blood King take action instantly. The faces of the powerful gods affected by the attack were full of fear, and they rushed madly to the distance. Not far away, the figure of Li Yang appeared, and as soon as he appeared, he saw the Blood Emperor of the Demon Clan, and the Blood Emperor of the Demon Clan suddenly rioted and attacked him. I was moved to the side of the Blood Emperor of the Demon Clan. When Li Yang found out about this, his heart suddenly sank. The old Mandaean randomly moved everyone in the relic space out, and actually moved him to the side of the Blood Emperor of the Demon Clan. Human lemur, let's see how rampant you can be in front of me now, the Blood Emperor of the Demon Clan said angrily. The Blood Emperor of the Demon Clan was very frustrated. Not only was it because all the medium-level holy weapons were obtained by the human race this time, but also because of Li Yang. He had a strong killing intention towards Li Yang, but because the Sword Emperor could not take action before, he met Li Yang in the relic space of the Holy Weapon sect, but was ridiculed by Li Yang, and he could only endure it and could not take action. And these frustrations broke out instantly when he saw Li Yang. Today, he wants to tear this arrogant human boy into pieces. Li Yang looked at the attack speed was amazing, and it came to him in a blink of an eye. Concentrate. At this time, Li Yang did not hesitate at all, and shouted in his heart. A ray of light suddenly rose from his body, and a thin film appeared on the surface of his body, completely covering his body. It was one of the 30 invincible attacks of the God realm left by Heijo. From the city to the strongest in the universe. Author, G. Difeng Ren. Chapter 614. The invincible level methods of the 30 city God realm left by Heijo include attack, speed, and defense. The huge sword light covered the sky and the sun, emitting waves that could destroy the world, but when it came to the membrane in front of Li Yang, it seemed to fall into a quagmire. Crack, there seemed to be a crisp sound, and the membrane in front of Li Yang shattered directly, but the huge sword light was also extinguished. Haha, the Blood Emperor of the Demon Clan wants to kill me, what a delusion, Li Yang laughed while resisting the sword light. But he thought secretly in his heart, it seems that the demon race Blood King exchanged it for something other than an offensive holy weapon. If the Blood Emperor of the demon race obtains an offensive holy weapon, even if the attack does not come close to the Emperor, at least it will not be far away. He absolutely couldn't withstand that attack. Human lemur is still talking shamelessly, the Blood Emperor of the Demon Clan said angrily. Brush. His speed reached the extreme at this time, even far surpassing other invincible kings of gods, and he appeared in front of Li Yang in an instant. Another huge sword light struck towards Li Yang. What a speed! Feeling this speed, Li Yang's face changed slightly. It seems that what the demon race Blood King exchanged for is a speed holy weapon. Only speed-type holy weapons can instantly increase the speed of the demon Blood Emperor by such a huge amount. Diamond suit, diamond suit, diamond suit, diamond suit. This is normal. If you really want to choose a treasure, the speed type is usually the first choice for many strong people. If you are fast, you will take the initiative in the battle. If you are stronger than others, you will kill others. But if you are not as strong as others, you can still leave calmly by relying on speed. However, although the Demon Clan Blood Emperor is fast, Li Yang is not slow either. Boom! Thunder and lightning swept out and struck towards the Demon Blood Emperor. Under these thunder and lightning, the Demon Blood Emperor's second attack was also directly destroyed. How terrifying is the scene of two invincible gods fighting. During the brief confrontation, the heaven and earth shattered, countless attack waves spread towards the surroundings, and countless destructive air currents poured down, like the end of the world. Poof! Poof! The gods that were constantly being affected screamed in agony, and large mouthfuls of blood spurted out from their mouths. Quick, go. The Demon Blood Emperor and Human Lame, you are crazy. They are two invincible experts in the realm of gods. We cannot bear the aftermath of the attack alone. The faces of these gods were full of fear, and they fled frantically. It's like two adults fighting, surrounded by children. Even if the two adults don't mean to harm the child, if the fight affects the child, it will still cause great harm to the child. After escaping for a long distance, these gods stopped. Their souls looked at the apocalyptic scene that was constantly broken and reorganized, flashing with countless thunder, lightning, and flames, with lingering fear in their hearts. Is this an attack at the invincible level of the divine realm? It's so scary. This is the first time I've seen strong men of this level fighting against each other. Normally, there are less than 20 invincible powerhouses in the god realm in the killing fields. It would be too difficult to see them fight. The level of gods alone can cause such horrific damage. The Blood Emperor of the Demon Clan is nothing. He is an invincible and powerful man in the realm of gods who has been famous for a long time. But this human Limu is surprising. He has only been famous for more than 10 years, but he can actually fight with the Blood Emperor of the Demon Clan up and down. Too strong. They looked on in horror. Among the people present, almost 99% actually saw the fight between the invincible level powerhouses in the divine realm. While they were horrified, there was even more awe in their eyes. Bang! In the void, there was another attack, and the Demon Blood King stopped. Haha, the Demon Blood Emperor, you can't kill me with your strength. Looking at the Demon Blood Emperor, Li Yang said lightly. At this time, he was not injured at all, and the Demon Clan Blood Emperor could do nothing to him. Can't kill you. At this time, the Demon Blood Emperor was also staring at Li Yang, his eyes flashing with light, but he sneered, Human Lame, you, what you used was not your own attack at all, right? There was a hint of sarcasm at the corner of his mouth. An ordinary god of the 5 elements dares to pretend to be an invincible powerhouse in the realm of gods. He had doubts before, but in the short exchange just now, Li Yang's attack was obviously a bit strange. Sometimes this law, sometimes that law, he couldn't even feel the fluctuation of the law stimulated by Li Yang himself. The attack at the invincible level of the divine realm was carried out so easily. This was obviously not an attack by a strong man himself. What? Isn't this human Limu an invincible expert in the realm of gods? Is he in disguise? Isn't it possible? He is not an invincible powerhouse in the realm of gods. He was able to instantly kill the Demon Clan Longji, who is stronger than the ordinary 5-element gods. He is not an invincible powerhouse in the realm of gods. How could he fight like this with the Blood Emperor of the Demon Clan just now? In the distance in the void, gods are exuding souls and paying attention to the situation here. After hearing the words of the Demon Clan Blood Emperor, their eyes showed surprise. What trump cards can you rely on to reach the level of invincibility in the realm of gods? Discovered. At this time, Li Yang looked at the Demon Clan Blood Emperor. There must be a difference between his attack and the attack left by Release He Is Who. Others may not be able to see it, but the Demon Clan Blood Emperor will definitely be able to easily detect it if he actually fights it. But Li Yang was not in a hurry at all. A ferocious smile appeared on the face of the Demon Blood Emperor. Human Lame, you, if you really have the invincible level of strength in the divine realm, I really may not be able to do anything to you. However, your strength is disguised. Today, you will fall, and here it is. Although he was extremely angry before, he knew that if Li Yang was really an invincible powerhouse in the divine realm, he would not be able to kill Li Yang at all. If it were an attack type holy weapon, he would be sure, but what he had was only a speed type 1. His speed doesn't help much with his attacks. However, Li Yang's strength was disguised, so it would be easy for him to kill Li Yang. Haha, Monster Blood King, I told you before, if you want to make me fall, who do you think you are? Li Yang laughed loudly after hearing the words of the Demon Clan Blood Emperor. Furious. Hearing this, the corner of the Demon Blood Emperor's mouth suddenly showed an extremely ferocious smile. Human lame you are still so rampant now. I don't believe you can keep using your invincible level attacks in the God realm. Wait. After using it, I think you can still say such things. There was a cruel look on his lips. Any trump card will always be used up, especially something like releasing an invincible level attack in the realm of gods. This is obviously a one-time trump card. Disposable things are destined not to have many. Thanks to 08 for the 100 tip, thank you. From the city to the strongest in the universe. Author, G. Difen Ren. Chapter 615. Boom. The figure of the Demon Blood Emperor rioted, waving the sword in his right hand, and attacked Li Yang again. Looking at the sword coming, Li Yang took a deep breath. I still have to expose the space bead. In the short time before, Li Yang used more than a dozen attacks. At this time, he only had less than half of the 30 invincible attacks left by Heijo. Thinking in his heart, Li Yang looked at the incoming sword light, and did not make a move to resist this time. The endless sword light completely enveloped Li Yang. Has the human lame used up his trump card? He didn't release any more attacks. Is his strength really a disguise? Seeing the endless sword light power, the gods and strong men in the distance talked about it. Haha, human lame let's fall here today, the Demon Blood Emperor laughed. He didn't feel Li Yang's attack either. At this time, Li Yang actually endured his sword light. In his opinion, it should be that Li Yang's one-time attack at the invincible level of the God realm has been used up. If I kill you, the treasures on you will be enough to make up for some of the losses of my demon clan. The Demon Clan Blood Emperor sneered. Swish. At this moment, a strange bead suddenly appeared in the endless sword light, and after appearing, it quickly swept away. And inside the bead, there was obviously a figure. It was Li Yang. What? Looking at the bead and the unharmed Li Yang inside, the Demon Clan Blood Emperor's eyes suddenly showed a look of shock and anger. What is this? This human lame trump cards are endless. First, there were a series of one-time invincible attacks in the God realm, and now it's this bead. He is an invincible in the God realm, but he still can't do anything to him. Boom. Another sword light attacked. The speed was extremely fast, and it directly cut on the bead. Buzz. The whole bead emitted a slight fluctuation, and then stabilized. The attack did not cause any damage to it. Human lame was not injured. He entered a bead. What is that bead? The attack of the Demon Clan Blood Emperor fell on it, but it did not cause any effect on it. The gods watching the battle from a distance were surprised to see the situation turn out like this. I originally thought that the strength of human lame was a disguise. After the trump card was used up, the Demon Clan Blood Emperor would be able to crush him, but I didn't expect that human lame still had a trump card. Haha, Demon Clan Blood Emperor, you'd better not waste your efforts. You can't kill me, Li Yang laughed in the space bead. Human lame. The Demon Clan Blood Emperor's face changed at this time, and he calmed down instantly. Sacred artifact? Is this a sacred artifact treasure with space attribute? He stared at Li Yang and said. His attack has completely reached the invincible level of the God realm, but he can't do anything to this bead. Even if this bead is not a sacred artifact, it is definitely a treasure that is extremely close to a sacred artifact. Guess looking at the Demon Clan Blood Emperor, Li Yang smiled. He no longer paid attention to the Blood Emperor of the Demon Clan, but contacted the strong men of the human race. My strength is still a little weak. Even with the space bead, the Blood Emperor of the Demon Clan can't hurt me, but the Blood Emperor of the Demon Clan can entangle me. Li Yang thought to himself, if I wait for the Emperor of the Demon Clan to arrive, I will have no power to resist. The only way is for the emperor of my clan to come. Rightward arrow. The upper limit of the defense of the space speed is the god level. Once it reaches the emperor level, his space speed can't resist. If he encounters this situation, Li Yang can't escape. Thinking in his heart, Li Yang began to quickly contact the emperor of the human clan. To be precise, he sent the message to the God Alliance space and told his location. If the emperor of the human clan is nearby, he hopes to come and save him immediately. Just a few seconds after sending the message, Li Yang suddenly received a message. He took a look and his heart moved. This was sent by his 13th brother, the Golden Dragon Emperor. Previously, Li Yang killed hundreds of 4-element gods and 5-element gods at one time, and the large amount of treasures he obtained were dealt with by his 13th senior brother, Emperor Jinlong. Junior brother, I am also in the core of the killing battlefield now, and near the ruins of the Holy Artifact Sect, 1 minute away from you, I will come right away. This time, the Holy Artifact Sect ruins space was born. Not only many gods, but even a considerable number of emperors came here. The holy artifacts, for the emperors, are very attractive. At this time, it can be said that most of the emperors on the killing battlefield are concentrated around the Holy Artifact Sect ruins space. Before, the ruins space only allowed gods to enter, and they could not enter, and they were always outside. Is the 13th senior brother nearby? And he can come in 1 minute. Seeing this news, Li Yang was delighted. Although his 13th senior brother, Emperor Jinlong, has not reached the top emperor level in strength, but there is not much distance, and it can definitely be said that he is at the top of the emperors. Thank you, 13th senior brother Li Yang thanked. It's a small matter. In a void, a middle-aged dragon man was flying quickly. This middle-aged man had golden secret patterns on his face and a tail with ferocious barbs on his back. He was Li Yang's 13th senior brother, Emperor Jinlong. My junior brother has been making more and more noise recently. Emperor Jinlong couldn't help but sigh in his heart. He knew Li Yang's identity. In just over 100 years, the world realm had caused such a big stir. A world realm, disguised as a god realm, could kill 5 types of gods in seconds, and could fight against the invincible god realm masters. This was simply a miracle in the universe. No wonder the teacher values my junior brother so much. He was a powerful emperor, and was personally ordered by the eternal ancestor that if Li Yang encountered trouble during the killing battlefield, you should solve it immediately. The Golden Dragon Emperor was naturally happy to do so. With Li Yang's rising speed, he would at least be a powerful emperor in the future. Let's go. The Golden Dragon Emperor, who was at the top level of emperor, fully exploded and quickly rushed towards Li Yang. Haha, now we're just waiting for senior brother 13 to come. Inside the space speed, Li Yang was completely relieved and no longer anxious. Although his space speed could not withstand the attacks of the emperor level, it was not impossible to withstand all attacks. In the hands of the emperor, the space orb can still hold on for a while, and it will basically last for 1 minute before it is completely broken. Therefore, even if the emperor of the demon clan is coming soon, he does not need to worry about anything. Although the strength of the Golden Dragon Emperor has not really reached the level of the top emperor, it is also very close. It can be said that even the top emperor can't do anything to the Golden Dragon Emperor. Unless the Lord comes. Therefore, at this time, Li Yang is completely relieved about his safety. You are listening to Novels at Bless Up channel. Wish you happiness and luck. Please subscribe to receive new novels. How do you feel about this novel? Please like and leave a comment. From the city to the strongest in the universe. Author, G. Difeng Ren. Chapter 616. On the other side, the Demon Blood Emperor was still attacking. After a short rage, he became slightly excited. There are so many treasures on the human Lamu, but he dared to expose them in front of me. This time, the treasures on him are all from our demon clan. The one-time attack of the invincible level of the God realm, and the beads that Li Yang suddenly showed in front of him that could completely resist his attack. Before, Li Yang had the top-grade detection treasure that could even avoid the search of the Emperor. In addition, Li Yang also killed so many gods at one time and accumulated a large number of treasures. You can imagine how many treasures Li Yang has. My demon clan emperor happens to be nearby and will arrive in a minute at most. By then, human Lameu will be unable to fly. The demon blood emperor was excited. He couldn't do anything to Li Yang hiding in the beads, so he immediately contacted the emperor in his own clan. It happened that an emperor of their demon clan was nearby and could come quickly. This was simply an opportunity given to them by God. At this time, Li Yang looked like a treasure house to him, and this treasure house was about to be obtained by their demon clan. Thinking in his heart, the demon clan blood emperor was still angrily shouting, "Human Lameu, don't try to escape. Stop." He tried his best to suppress Li Yang's space bead to affect its speed. "Haha, demon clan blood emperor, give up, I have said it many times, you can't do anything to me," Li Yang said indifferently. The space bead was not affected by the demon clan blood emperor at all. Under Li Yang's control, it flew quickly in the direction of the golden dragon emperor. At this time, the two had their own thoughts. Although they were fighting, Li Yang was looking forward to the arrival of the 13th brother Golden Dragon Emperor. And the Demon Clan Blood Emperor was looking forward to the arrival of the Demon Clan Emperor in their clan. In this process, they also met many gods. Look, the Demon Clan Blood Emperor is chasing the human Lameu. What happened? Just now, the Holy Artifact Sect Ruins world was closed, and the Demon Clan Blood Emperor and the human Lameu were moved together. A fight broke out between them instantly, and then the human Lameu hid in the bead. It's normal. Before, the human Lameu killed the Demon Clan's 5-element god Langyu in front of the Demon Clan camp and the Demon Clan Blood Emperor. If it weren't for the human Sword Emperor, the Demon Clan Blood Emperor would have taken action at that time. Isn't the human Lameu a match for the Demon Clan Blood Emperor? Before, the Demon Clan exchanged for a holy artifact in the first stage of the Holy Artifact Sect Ruins world. Now that holy weapon is in the hands of the Demon Blood Emperor, it is normal that the human Lameu is not his opponent. What kind of treasure is that bead? How can the human Lameu perfectly resist the attack of the Demon Blood Emperor with the help of that bead? The human Lameu is really amazing. He has been famous for more than 10 years, and he is fighting on par with the Demon Blood Emperor. The Demon Blood Emperor is one of the top few in the invincible level of the God realm. He can easily kill the strong men of the level of the Fire Skull clan Hanyi, who is close to the invincible level of the God. Yes, most of the invincible God realm are not the opponents of the Demon Blood Emperor. The gods noticed the situation here and hurriedly moved away. Looking at the many gods who were constantly moving away and emitting souls in the distance to watch the battle here, the Demon Blood Emperor snorted in his heart. In his opinion, it is obviously not a glorious thing for him, a real invincible god realm who has been famous for billions of years, to fight with Li Yang, who has only been famous for more than 10 years and relies on various trump cards to disguise the invincible god realm. Diamond suit, diamond suit, diamond suit, diamond suit. Moreover, he was completely helpless against the human Li Yang. Emperor Xiang Hun, the human Lameu is still on the run. The Demon Blood Emperor was contacting the emperors in his tribe. Blood Emperor, you hold on to the human Lameu, I will arrive in 10 seconds. The Demon Emperor sent a message. Arrive in 10 seconds, seeing this message, the Demon Blood Emperor was completely excited. The one who came was a powerful emperor of their demon tribe, who was much stronger than ordinary emperors. The emperors also had different levels of strength, most of them were ordinary emperors, and the same was true on the killing battlefield. Bar Book 69 New. So, even if a human emperor came, their demon emperors were not worried at all. Haha, human Lameu, stop, our emperor is coming soon, You can't escape. Seeing that things were completely settled, the Demon Blood Emperor laughed. He didn't mind telling people about the upcoming emperor of his tribe. Hearing this, Li Yang's face was calm, and he said, "Is that so? Demon Blood Emperor, how many times have you said you wanted to kill me? Now it's useless, isn't it?" Hearing Li Yang's words, the Demon Blood Emperor was not angry at this time, but said in a calm voice, "Are you still stubborn now? Human lame you, don't worry, just wait a few seconds. I'll see if you'll still be stubborn next time." A few seconds after the Demon Blood Emperor's words fell. "Blood Emperor, I've arrived." Boom. As the words fell, an extremely terrifying momentum fluctuation suddenly emanated, covering an unknown distance. "Haha, the Emperor of my clan is here." Feeling this momentum fluctuation, the Demon Blood Emperor was extremely excited. "Human lame you." In the void, an extremely cold voice sounded. As the voice sounded, the sky and the earth suddenly changed color, and huge cracks suddenly appeared between the sky and the earth, spreading wildly around, and countless chaotic air currents overflowed. Then, a huge lightning palm appeared in the void. The entire lightning palm exuded an extremely terrifying pressure, and grabbed Li Yang directly in the space bead. The whole world was completely broken in an instant, and it was completely unable to bear it. What a terrifying momentum fluctuation! This fluctuation is more terrifying than the fluctuation of the battle between the two invincible gods, the human Lemu and the Demon Blood Emperor. "Emperor, an emperor-level strongman has arrived. It's the emperor of the demon race." Looking at the scene that seemed like the end of the world, the faces of many gods watching the battle from a distance were full of horror. After the two invincible gods fought, another emperor took action. When have they ever seen such a level of battle on the killing battlefield? "Haha, human Lemu, our emperor has arrived, let's see what you can do next." The Demon Blood Emperor looked at the huge lightning palm grabbing towards Li Yang, his face full of smiles. This human Lemu is not strong, but relying on a series of trump cards, he can't do anything to him. He was extremely furious, and now, human Lemu was about to be caught. He wanted to see human Lemu begging for mercy humbly. When thinking of this scene, the Demon Blood Emperor felt extremely happy. Everyone was watching Li Yang being enveloped by the huge lightning palm. At this time, no one thought that Li Yang could escape from this lightning palm. Human Lemu can't escape this time. The demon races also, actually sent the Emperor to take action. This human Lemu has been pretending to be strong and slaughtering the weak, so it is normal for the Emperor to take action. The many alien gods who were discussing and watching the battle, the demons with happy smiles on their faces. At this time, all eyes were focused on Li Yang, who was about to be enveloped by the huge lightning palm. And at this moment, buzz! The entire void seemed to solidify for a moment, and then an extremely terrifying wave came. This wave, carrying an irresistible momentum, enveloped the surrounding area in an instant. And the huge lightning palm that seemed to be able to destroy everything had no resistance under that wave, and collapsed like a tide. Thanks to Zero Eta for the 100 rewards, thank you. From the city to the strongest in the universe. Author, G. Difeng Ren. Chapter 617. The huge lightning palm covered the sky and enveloped Li Yang. But then an extremely terrifying wave came. This wave was mixed with the power of thunder. The lightning palm that seemed to be able to destroy everything had no resistance under the wave and collapsed instantly. The attack of the Demon Clan Emperor was annihilated. What happened again? An even more terrifying momentum wave came. The attack of the Demon Clan Emperor had no resistance at all under this wave. Emperor, another emperor is coming, and it's from the human race. Watching the huge lightning palm disappear like a tide, the gods who were watching the battle suddenly showed shock in their eyes. In a short time, the battle situation changed again. Human Golden Dragon Emperor. In the void, An extremely furious voice sounded, and then a figure appeared in front of the demon clan Blood Emperor. This was a huge demon beast with tentacles, like an elephant. At this time, its face was full of gloom, looking into the distance. Swish! In the distance, beside Li Yang, a middle-aged figure of the dragon race suddenly appeared. It was the Golden Dragon Emperor. Emperor Xiang Han of the demon race, you are an emperor. You attacked the gods of our race. Have you forgotten the implicit agreement between the major tribes? The Golden Dragon Emperor said coldly, with a chill in his voice. As they appeared, the gods around them started to discuss again. The people coming are the Golden Dragon Emperor of the human race and the Xiang Han Emperor of the demon race. The Golden Dragon Emperor is close to the top emperor. As for the Xiang Han Emperor, his strength is a little worse than the Golden Dragon Emperor. In a short time, the two emperors came directly. The faces of many gods were full of awe. Humph. Hearing the words of the Golden Dragon Emperor, the Xiang Han Emperor snorted coldly, his face gloomy. You, the human race lame you, deliberately concealed your strength and hunted the weak gods of my demon race. What if I attacked him? He said in a cold voice. Next to Emperor Xiang Han, the face of the demon blood emperor also changed again and again. The emperor of the human race is here. He was gloomy in his heart. Damn human lame you, why can't I kill him no matter how hard I try? The demon blood emperor roared in anger in his heart. He thought it was foolproof, but an accident still happened. He looked at Emperor Jinlong. Looking at the battle situation just now, the strength of their demon emperor Xiang Han was obviously not as good as that of Emperor Jinlong. This time, he still couldn't kill Li Yang. Haha, hunting the weak? Before, your demons and other tribes encircled and suppressed my human genius Hongsu. What were your methods? The Golden Dragon Emperor laughed. In fact, there are implicit agreements between the major ethnic groups, but they are still violated occasionally. As long as it is not the kind that really arouses public anger, it is generally not a big deal. For example, if an emperor suddenly takes action and kills hundreds of gods, this is definitely an act that arouses public anger. All ethnic groups will unite to get rid of that emperor. Humph! Hearing the words of the Golden Dragon Emperor, Emperor Xiang Han snorted again. But he didn't say anything else. Deep in his eyes, there was obviously a trace of fear at this time. Let's go, he said directly to the Blood Emperor. Yes, the Blood Emperor nodded respectfully. He looked into Li Yang's eyes, and a trace of unwillingness flashed in his eyes. It was almost there, but he still couldn't do anything to Li Yang. After what happened today, Li Yang will definitely be very cautious. It is estimated that it will not be easy for him to find Li Yang. But no matter how unwilling he was, he had no choice. He didn't see that the Xiang Han Emperor of their tribe was going to leave in disgrace at this time. Damn human lame you, I don't believe that I can't find a chance to deal with you in the future. Unless you leave the killing battlefield. The killing battlefield has been there for countless years. As long as Li Yang continues to be here, he believes that there will always be a time to fight again. Swish! The monster Blood Emperor followed behind the Xiang Han Emperor and turned to leave. The monster Emperor left. Of course he left. In terms of strength, the monster Emperor Xiang Han is no match for the human Emperor Jinlong. Looking at the look of the Xiang Han Emperor, he didn't dare to answer what the Jinlong Emperor said. There is a huge difference in strength between the emperors. Many gods discussed it, and their moods were obviously fluctuating greatly. In a short period of time, they first saw the amazing battle between the human Lameu and the demon Blood Emperor, and then saw the two emperors take action. Most gods have never encountered such a scene. After all, there are only a dozen invincible gods on the killing battlefield, and as for the emperors, they are not usually seen. Emperor Jinlong looked at the figure of Emperor Xiang Han leaving, and his eyes narrowed slightly. With his strength, he could kill Emperor Xiang Han by entangled with him, but it would take time. And there were not only emperors like them around, but also emperors of the demon clan, some of whom were as powerful as him. He was halfway through the battle, and the emperor of the demon clan would come over. So, knowing that he could not kill Emperor Xiang Hun, he did not take action. Retracting his gaze, Emperor Jinlong looked at Li Yang and said in a voice transmission, "Junior brother, are you okay?" "It's okay." Li Yang smiled and also transmitted his voice, "Thanks to Senior Brother 13 this time. You and I are brothers, no need to be polite." Emperor Jinlong smiled. Li Yang was about to say something. Suddenly, in his mind, Han Mo's anxious voice suddenly came. "Li Yang, leave this area quickly." This voice was extremely anxious, and it was the first time that Li Yang saw Han Mo so anxious. "Han Mo, what's wrong?" Li Yang asked subconsciously. His 13th senior brother, the Golden Dragon Emperor, whose strength was close to that of the top emperor, was here. What made Han Mo so anxious? Boom! Suddenly, an extremely terrifying wave came, and the surrounding void suddenly changed its appearance and turned completely blood red. These blood red colors emitted amazing waves and were closing rapidly. What's going on? Look at the sky. What happened in the sky? I don't know. At this time, all the strong men in the huge area noticed the changes in the sky, and they showed extremely horrified expressions on their faces. This is... Li Yang also looked at it, and his eyes suddenly showed an unbelievable look. At this time, the blood-red sky turned into a huge mouth, covering a large area around it. A huge mouth as deep as the sky appeared, trying to swallow Li Yang and others. What is this? Li Yang's face changed drastically at this moment. He only felt an extremely terrifying devouring force coming, and he had no power to resist it at all. Beside Li Yang, the Golden Dragon Emperor's face also changed drastically. Not good. He wanted to grab Li Yang and take him away. However, he felt an amazing repulsive force, which he could not resist at all, and his figure was forcibly moved away for an unknown distance. From the city to the strongest in the universe. Author, G. Difeng Ren. Chapter 618. A giant mouth of the abyss like the sky appeared and swallowed Li Yang in one mouthful. The Golden Dragon Emperor, whose strength was close to that of the top emperors, was unable to resist at all and was moved out directly. Boom! The huge mouth of the abyss closed, and then, all the powerful men in an unknown distance around, except the emperor, all disappeared. Buzz! Then, the giant mouth of the abyss disappeared, and the entire sky returned to calm. At this time, all the gods who had been moved out of the ruins world of the sacred artifact sect disappeared. You know, in more than half a year, there were tens of thousands of gods who entered the ruins world of the sacred artifact sect, and they were at least the gods of the fourth line of power. At this time, they all disappeared. There was only one emperor in the huge area at this time, and they were all excluded. What's going on? What is the abyssal mouth that just appeared? All the gods from my clan who entered the world of the sacred artifact sect's ruins have disappeared. What's going on? Boom! 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 In the void, the emperors had gloomy faces, exuding their own soul fluctuations, wanting to feel something, but they couldn't feel anything. All the gods disappeared at once, and they could not be contacted. In the void, the Golden Dragon Emperor's huge domain spread out, trying to detect the surrounding situation, but with his strength, he could not find anything. He sent a message to Li Yang but did not receive any reply. Something happened to my junior brother. At this time, the Golden Dragon Emperor's face was extremely gloomy. Li Yang is a peerless genius of the human race, and the eternal ancestor knows how much he values him, and it is normal for the talent shown by Li Yang to be valued highly by the eternal ancestor. Only in the world realm, he has only practiced for more than 100 years, and he has even fought against an invincible powerhouse in the god realm to this extent. This is simply a fantasy. There have been evil geniuses in the entire human race who have done this for a long time, but the time they spent in the world realm far exceeded that of Li Yang. In just over 100 years, the world realm has reached such a level that he will at least be a top emperor in the future. Maybe even aspire to dominate. But now, something happened to Li Yang? There were actually many other human gods disappearing present, but at this time, the Golden Dragon Emperor didn't care about them at all. The possibility of ordinary gods becoming emperors is almost zero. In the eyes of the Golden Dragon Emperor, 1,000 of them have fallen, but none of them can compare to one Li Yang. After searching for a while, the Golden Dragon Emperor had to give up. Report the news to the teacher. His heart was gloomy. This time, something happened to Li Yang directly in front of him. He didn't know what the eternal ancestor's attitude would be. In the eternal temple of the human race, the leader of the sword slaughter sect is giving a lecture. At this time, the leader of the sword killing sect has successfully broken through to the emperor level. After the breakthrough, he continued to give lectures, and countless geniuses came to attend the lectures. Master of the sword killing sect, no, Emperor sword killing is so powerful that he has actually broken through to the level of the emperor. It takes a long time for our human race to give birth to an emperor. This is the real high level of our human race. Gods with eternal lifespan are like ants in front of the emperor. In the temple, there are only a handful of times when the emperor can give lectures. We must make good use of it. Master Sword Slaughter is also the teacher of Li Yang, the peerless genius of our human race. The faces of the geniuses were full of excitement and excitement. They sat respectfully below and listened to the sword killer emperor explaining the application of the rules. For these weak geniuses, gods with eternal lifespan are extremely far away and unattainable to them, and the emperor is even more out of reach. The law of fire. The sword-killing emperor was explaining the law. Rightward arrow. He likes to hone his skills and teach others. Even after becoming an emperor, he still retains this habit. While he was explaining, at one moment, Emperor Swordkiller's expression suddenly changed. Something happened to Li Yang. He has been paying attention to Li Yang's growth and knew that Li Yang was in the ruins world of the sacred artifact sect. And just now the news came. All the gods who came out of the ruins world of the sacred artifact sect were swallowed by a sudden appearance of the giant mouth of the abyss and lost their traces. Brush. As his expression changed, the figure of the leader of the sword slaughter sect moved and disappeared. Many geniuses below were listening attentively to the lecture. Suddenly, the sound in their ears disappeared. They looked at the sect master Daolu, who was completely gone. Huh? What's going on? Why did the leader of the sword slaughter sect leave? What happened? Not sure. Seeing the sudden disappearance of the leader of the Daolo sect, the faces of many geniuses who were listening to the class suddenly showed doubts. After the leader of the Daolo sect learned about Li Yang's accident, he immediately tried to contact Li Yang, but was unable to contact him at all. What's going on? Has Li Yang died? He values Li Yang very much, and he also knows what Li Yang's potential is. Even if Li Yang died and could be resurrected, his talent would basically be gone after his resurrection. After trying it, the leader of the sword-killing sect immediately entered the virtual world. He came to a place where there was an extremely majestic palace, which was the location of the eternal ancestor. In front of the huge and towering palace, there were two guards guarding the palace. I have something to ask to see the eternal ancestor. Looking at the two guards, the sword-killing emperor said quickly. These two guards were gods, but as the palace guardians of the eternal ancestor, even the emperor was polite to them and did not dare to be a bit presumptuous. Emperor Daolo, no one is allowed to enter without the order of the eternal ancestor. Hearing the words of the Daolo sect master, the two guards said directly. Unless the eternal ancestor gave an order in advance, they would let the visitor enter the palace. But the eternal ancestor did not give an order. and they would not report at all if they just came to ask to see the eternal ancestor. They would report once if someone came to see the eternal ancestor, which was purely a waste of the great eternal ancestor's time. However, as soon as the words fell, the two guards' faces changed slightly, and then said, "Master Deolo, the eternal ancestor has ordered that you can enter the palace." Hearing this, the Deolo sect master hurriedly entered. When he arrived at the palace, there was still one person in the palace. Emperor Jinlong, the Deolo sect master, looked at the middle-aged dragon man and was shocked. This is a strong man of the human race, close to the top emperor. He has just broken through and is only an emperor with the most ordinary strength. He will be killed instantly in front of the Golden Dragon Emperor. Greetings to the eternal ancestor. After looking at the Golden Dragon Emperor, the Sword Slaughter Emperor looked at the eternal ancestor again and said with great respect, "Sword Slaughter, are you here for Li Yang's matter?" The eternal ancestor still had that ordinary face, and there was no fluctuation in his body, just like an ordinary person. The Sword Slaughter sect master hurriedly said, "Yes, the eternal ancestor." He thought to himself, it seems that the eternal ancestor knows about Li Yang. What kind of existence is the eternal ancestor? This is one of the strongest people in the human race, a terrifying existence that can create the universe and create life. Although Li Yang's performance is against the sky, the eternal ancestor may pay more attention to him, but the Sword Slaughter sect master probably won't pay attention to him all the time. So when Li Yang got into trouble, he was worried that the eternal ancestor didn't know about it, so he came to report immediately. Thanks to 08 for the 100 reward, thank you. You are listening to Novels at Bless Up channel. Wish you happiness and luck. Please subscribe to receive new novels. How do you feel about this novel? Please like and leave a comment. From the City to the Strongest in the Universe. Author, G. Difeng Ren. Chapter 619. The Eternal Ancestor nodded, looked at the Golden Dragon Emperor and said, "Golden Dragon, tell me the details of the matter." Taiwan Novel Network Rightward Arrow. Yes, teacher. The Golden Dragon Emperor had just entered the virtual world, and he hurriedly said, "Before, junior brother Li Yang was moved out of the Holy Artifact Sect Ruins world and met the Demon Race Blood Emperor. The two fought for a while, and then the disciple came to junior brother Li Yang. Just a few seconds after arriving, the surrounding area of the entire Holy Artifact Sect Ruins world suddenly appeared in a huge abyss, swallowing junior brother Li Yang, including all the tens of thousands of gods who entered the Holy Artifact Sect Ruins world." He quickly told the story again. After that, the disciple contacted junior brother Li Yang, but there was no response. Nodding, the eternal ancestor was not very worried at this time. He knew that Li Yang had a clone, and even if he died, he could still be easily resurrected. Knowing this, the eternal ancestor thought about it, and a trace of consciousness descended directly to the Fire Ghost Beast clan. The Fire Ghost Beast clan is in the territory of the Eternal Temple of the human race, and the Eternal Temple, which is comparable to a star continent, is all under the cover of the Eternal Ancestor's thoughts. His consciousness can naturally easily enter the Fire Ghost Beast clan. At this time, Li Yang's Fire Ghost Beast clone is comprehending the laws in the inheritance place of the Fire Ghost Beast clan. Suddenly, the voice of the Eternal Ancestor sounded in his mind. Li Yang. Hearing this voice, the Fire Ghost Beast Li Yang's face immediately showed respect and said, "Teacher." The Eternal Ancestor asked, "I ask you, what is the situation of your original body now, has it fallen?" The Fire Ghost Beast Li Yang said respectfully, "Teacher, now the original body has not fallen, but has entered a strange space. I can't figure out what that space is for the time being." Okay, the Eternal Ancestor nodded and said, "If you have anything to say, report it immediately." He didn't ask any more questions. For him, it was enough that Li Yang didn't die. He believed that Li Yang would do the rest. "Yes, teacher." After withdrawing his thoughts, the Eternal Ancestor looked at the Golden Dragon Emperor and the Sword Slaughter Emperor below and said, Li Yang didn't die, but he just couldn't contact the outside world for the time being. Not dead. Hearing the words of the Eternal Ancestor, the Golden Dragon Emperor and the Sword Slaughter Emperor both breathed a sigh of relief. The Golden Dragon Emperor was mainly worried that Li Yang would die beside him, which would make the Eternal Ancestor unhappy. After all, Li Yang's talent was too terrible. As long as he didn't die, he would definitely be a top powerhouse of the human race in the future. As for the Sword Slaughter Emperor, he was really happy. Although I don't know how the Eternal Ancestor determined Li Yang's situation, since he said so, Li Yang must be fine for the time being. Go. After speaking, the Eternal Ancestor waved his hand. Yes. The Golden Dragon Emperor and the Blade Slaughter Emperor both retreated respectfully. In the huge palace, the Eternal Ancestor stood silently at this time. He thought to himself, what is that huge mouth of the abyss? It seems a bit like the holy fall of life. The Eternal Ancestor's face was obviously thoughtful. He has existed for too long and has seen so many things in the universe. In his opinion, the commotion that Li Yang is making in the killing battlefield is just a small fight and nothing. However, he is not sure what the huge mouth of the abyss is. However, after just a slight hesitation, the Eternal Ancestor no longer cares about this matter. Rightward arrow. Li Yang has a clone, so it is impossible for him to fall. As for what will happen next, Li Yang can report to him at any time. As one of the two strongest people of the human race, he still has many important things to deal with. Each of these things is much more important than Li Yang. On the other side, Li Yang really doesn't know his situation. He was sucked by the devouring force, and his consciousness was blurred. When he appeared again, he found himself in an extremely strange space. In the space, ripples flashed from time to time. These ripples were extremely strange, flashing with various colors of light, like a meteor, and disappeared suddenly. What is this place? Li Yang frowned slightly. He moved his figure, and the space bead appeared. He stayed directly in the space bead, and his figure was slowly floating. The space bead was his most powerful defensive treasure at this time. With the space bead, no one could do anything to him unless the Emperor took action. Of course, the Abyss Mouth just now could not even resist the Golden Dragon Emperor, whose strength was close to the top Emperor, so his space bead certainly could not resist anything. But be careful. Hiding in the space bead is at least better than his body constantly exploring. Hun Mo, do you know where this is? Li Yang asked, looking around. In the Soul Crystal, Han Mo's eyes were always thoughtful at this time. He thought for a moment and said, Li Yang, do you remember what I told you about a life at the level of a natural emperor? Natural emperor. Li Yang nodded and said, I remember, that life is called Shenjiun, right? In the past, Han Mo told Li Yang about a creature called Shenjiun, which was a natural emperor, but after the appearance of this creature, it caused a shock to the entire universe, and countless tribes went to deal with it. This caused this heaven-defying creature Shenjiun to disappear in a short period of time, causing the major tribes to know very little about this creature, and even many tribes may not know about this creature. At this time, Li Yang's heart moved and asked, Han Mo, you said that the huge mouth of the abyss was caused by the holy meteorite. Han Mo suddenly mentioned the matter of the holy meteorite. There must be a connection between the two. If there is no connection, Han Mo would never have mentioned it suddenly. Yet. Han Mo nodded and said, this huge mouth of the abyss is a bit like the means of the biological holy meteorite, but it should not be the holy meteorite. I don't know the specific reason. The life of the natural emperor level has existed for too short a time, even he doesn't know much. Okay. Seeing that Han Mo didn't know anything, Li Yang had to shake his head helplessly. He looked at this space and drifted slowly, trying to find a way out, but this drifting passed for a month, and the whole space was still the same, boundless, and Li Yang seemed to be standing still. What exactly is this space? Li Yang frowned. With his strength, he activated the space bead and actually advanced an unknown distance in a month, but now he is still in this space, unable to see any exit at all, and doesn't know any way out. The huge mouth of the abyss seemed to be some kind of life, so it stands to reason that there should be some consciousness left. Looking up at the sky, the only thing that has changed in the entire space is the strange secret patterns that keep flashing and disappearing. End of this chapter. From the City to the Strongest in the Universe. Author, G. Difeng Ren. Chapter 620. Looking up at the sky, strange secret patterns flashed and disappeared one after another. These strange secret patterns seemed to be fixed and look different in every place. After taking a closer look, Li Yang suddenly felt something in his mind. Could the way out lie in these secret patterns? He pondered slightly. Only the secret pattern in the sky is the only thing that changes. Generally speaking, this may also be the only breakthrough. Li Yang just watched like this, and after watching for a few minutes, Li Yang suddenly showed a look of surprise on his face. Huh? This secret pattern. The secret pattern was unfamiliar to him before and was messy, but now, under Li Yang's careful observation, the secret pattern exuded two kinds of fluctuations that he was familiar with. The law of space. The law of fire. Li Yang was shocked. The chaotic secret patterns were divided into two laws in his mind. This is, the law of fusion, Li Yang said in shock. If a god wants to break through and become an emperor, he must try the law of fusion. However, Li Yang has not yet completely mastered any of the laws, so he has not yet come into contact with them. However, he still has some understanding of the law of fusion. Yes, these scattered secret patterns are indeed the law of fusion. In the soul crystal, after hearing Li Yang's words, Han Mo nodded. He is a dominating powerhouse. At least 3 fusion laws have been mastered. Of course you can see through it at a glance. However, he felt that these fusion laws were of little use, so he did not speak out. Li Yang was watching, and as he watched, he discovered that there seemed to be a strange connection between his space laws and fire laws. With the creation of this connection, Li Yang felt that his understanding of the laws of space and the laws of fire suddenly became more thorough. Is this, the secret of the law of fusion? Li Yang understood, and a hint of surprise suddenly appeared in his eyes. His current law comprehension speed is already extremely astonishing, and watching these fusion laws still touches his law understanding, and it actually makes his space law and fire law progress speed increase. By the way, the teacher said it. Watching the law of fusion will be of great help to the gods to break through and become emperors. As for people in the world like me, it is actually of great help. Li Yang thought to himself, there was once a strong man who began to integrate laws in the world realm. He broke through and became a god in just 10 years, and then directly broke through and became an emperor. Even if you have not completely mastered the law, you can still start to try to understand the law of fusion. On the contrary, watching the fusion law is also very beneficial to understanding a single law. The two are completely complementary to each other. After discovering this secret, Li Yang immediately became excited. In fact, Li Yang knew about this before, but now he is trapped and has no intention of cultivating. Moreover, he has never been exposed to the fusion law before and has no idea what the benefits of the fusion law are. But now, he has truly experienced it, and this experience has made him long for these scattered fusion laws in the sky. In a short period of time, Li Yang's state of mind changed directly. This area was so big that he could not find an exit. The completely trapped space became an excellent place for training. Everything has two sides, and I can definitely benefit from this space, Li Yang was delighted. In just this month, he has traveled a long distance, and in this long distance, there are countless fragments of fusion laws. These will be beneficial to his cultivation. Boy Li Yang, You seem a little happy. At this time, Han Emo was also thinking about the situation in this space. When he saw a smile on Li Yang's face, he couldn't help but ask doubtfully. If you can't get out, shouldn't you be anxious now? Why is Li Yang so happy? Li Yang smiled and said, Han Emo, I found that these fusion laws are of great help to my understanding of the laws. Han Emo nodded and said, the law of fusion is indeed good for you. He asked Li Yang, do you have any ideas? Li Yang smiled and said, since there are benefits, then this is a place of opportunity. I don't have to rush out. Aren't you in a hurry to go out? Han Emo said in surprise, are you still planning to stay and practice? Li Yang smiled and said helplessly, I have been moving forward in this space for a month, but I still can't find the end. I don't know how to get out at all, so I might as well practice while searching. No matter what, strength is the key. The most important thing. Any treasure, including the supreme holy weapon, is actually external. Only your own strength is the most important thing. With strong strength, any difficulty is no longer a difficulty. Li Yang's eyes exuded a ray of light and said, speaking of which, I have not practiced properly in the more than 10 years since I came out of the super inheritance place in the killing fields. He has many law clones, and the law progresses at an incredibly fast rate. Even without any training, it will be easy for Li Yang to become a god in the future. However, he had been fighting aliens for more than 10 years before, and hundreds of alien gods had fallen in his hands. Now, here is a fragment of the fusion law. Li Yang is ready to practice for a while. With my speed of understanding the law, plus the fusion laws in front of me, I can fully master the 4 mysteries of the fire law in at most 50 or 60 years. A glimmer of light appeared in Li Yang's eyes. The fire law does not have any bottleneck for him. As long as he fully masters the 4 mysteries, he can easily break through to become a god. When my strength improves, or even breaks through to the god realm, maybe I can get out. With Li Yang's potential, it will take only 50 or 60 years to break through and become a god. Hearing Li Yang's words, Han Emo said helplessly, okay, you practice. In fact, he has no way to get out now. Since he can't get out, he might as well practice with peace of mind. He knows how fast Li Yang's practice speed is. Without saying anything else, Li Yang looked directly at the fusion law in the void in the space bead and understood it with peace of mind. After a day of understanding, he felt that the impact of the fusion law fragment on him was directly reduced by 80%. Next one, Li Yang did not insist on this. The space bead floated and he came to another place where a fragment of the fusion law flashed from time to time. Is this one about the fusion of the dark law and the thunder and lightning law? Li Yang watched carefully. While watching, his dark law and thunder and lightning law were touched one by one, and the speed of progress began to increase. Thanks to 0 ATA for the reward, thank you. End of this chapter.